Hello. Hey, how you doing? Hope everything is going good, great, excellent, superb, superior, ethereal. And your life is living, laughing, loving, having a great time. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, Steve Harvey, Steve. Wow. You know, Steve. I think that Steve Harvey had gotten way big, and Hollywood does not allow black men to be seen in a very positive light. Hollywood behind that. That's where, you know, he was operating and doing his thing, giving out advice, to people, in an effort to help them. And boom, this here. And again, what? The woman. Man, it always used the woman to bring the man down. Now, Steve, reputation has been damaged. No matter what he say, she say, they say, whatever. He done took a hit. And, you know, it always be the woman. You see, those people that run, the system, Hollywood and whatnot, they have a system that they have in place that works. It absolutely works for them, you know. They raise you up, they build you up, and tear you down. Now, for me, I don't know all the, intricate details to Steve. One day I see Steve talking about, he and his sister Marjorie started out with nothing, and he was explaining that she was there with him when he had nothing, and she said she wanted to build with him. Then he talked about the station and shows and Family Feud and what have you, and a good successful career. Now it's where it's at, and according to history, he'll never be back up there where he was at. Looking good, shining, black man in the suit, clean, neat, giving out great advice, role model, you know, that type of thing. Now, all this details about the wife, the other wife, what he did, what she did, all of that. I'm not really focused on that. You know, a Nubian king, I like to step back from the picture and back up and look at the portrait, which means you get to see more. And I just see another black man being taken down by the system. Once get too far out there and you too much of a role model in the black community, a black man. That's the same thing I'm talking about here with the YouTube channel. How am I going to be at 656, 655 subscribers for almost a year? You know what I mean? And I have people always come in and positively, and then I got people say, man, when you put another video, I ain't got a notification. I've been putting these videos up on the regular, but they're positive. You understand? So Steve Harvey, he rose up good. I heard he bought the international rights to the Family Feud, which is going to be some great money for him, to come. But the thing I'm looking at is that real positive role model coming from a black American brother, and knowing how these people hate us. And this is something that, it's a reality. Prayer's not going to change them, because as many prayers that's already been sent up, they would have changed by now. Not going to work. I remember listening to Michael Jackson when he was talking about everything they told us is a lie. The history books is a lie. This is a lie. And then he started breaking down how they was doing the music industry. Those young boy groups, get them $500 in a gold chain. And then he talked about Sony Music, and he called out the director of Sony, the CEO, Tommy Mottola. He called him out. And I found out Michael was actually supporting different, black groups, movement, organizations. I don't know, their names and all of that. Then Prince was doing it also, but they were smart enough to not to be out loud making no noise about what they was doing in private. And then they did. Now Denzel Washington, I've been watching him. Samuel L. Jackson, been watching him. This is some old soldiers. Been in the game a long time. They know how to play the game. Denzel, now, he's a positive brother, but he's real cool and smooth. You know what I'm saying? He know what to say, how to say, and he just move on. Drop his little wisdom, he gone. You don't see him out protesting and doing nothing like that. Samuel L. Jackson the same way. He make his movies and get the hell on, that's it. Jamie Foxx, on the other hand, I remember seeing him out there with the protests during George Floyd. Now, Jamie is not old as Denzel and Samuel Jackson and, those other old soldiers been out there for a while. And so Jamie, he was out there talking with the people, and I listened to and I watched him. And he was talking, but he really wasn't saying nothing. When you listen to Malcolm X, he's saying things. When you listen to Martin Luther King, he's saying things. When you listen to Farrakhan, he's saying things, But when you listen to someone talking, like Jamie that day, he wasn't saying nothing, and he was real careful and strategic on that he did say. I'm looking at all that. This brother's professional, comedian, actor. He don't have no problem speaking. But he really wasn't sharp enough because they almost got him. You see what he went through. He made it through that. But Steve Harvey, I remember when he was sitting there with the brothers with his big cigar, his leg crossed, looking all a certain kind of way. Good, successful, prosperous, had his things. And he was talking to the brothers about the way they do the contract and the money and the percentages. And I remember he made this statement. Now, if you're real stupid, you'll do, and your lawyer and everybody, he said, if you're real stupid. Well, Steve Harvey, somewhere along the line, hit one of those triggers, one of those buttons, those invisible buttons. Like, you know, maybe he was aware of it, maybe he's unaware, you know. But I see how they do positive brothers like that. You know, Steve was seen as a positive role model, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't no um, thug out trying to do no drugs and no pimp. You know how they always project us? It's like Netflix. If you watch Netflix, Netflix is a real dirty, low down, evil situation. You know, I counsel all my Netflix, you know, why would I pay for them? Why would I pay them for some crap? You know, I can get free movies and do better than that. And, you know, you pay Netflix, and what are they showing you? Always, when it comes to the brothers and sisters, they robbing, they stealing, they gang banging, they thugging, they drug, they getting shot, they stealing, you know, that kind of thing. And then I click over and watch some movies out of Africa, and now they doing the same thing, mimicking America. You know, the African sisters with the heavy makeup and loud and doing all this stuff, and the brothers, you know, the kings of Joburg, you know, gangsters, criminals in Africa. So this heathen who has come out of the rock piles of Europe and subdued this world with a barbaric, hellish, demonic, wicked, corrupt, destructive energy, we have to know who he is, what body possesses that spirit, and how they move. How they move. You know, we can't no longer now in 2023 say we don't understand the white man, we don't understand the black man, we don't understand, you know, we way beyond that. We got to understand the mindset of who we actually are fighting against. And so you see brothers like Steve Harvey, they go up so high and poof, they get knocked off some way, shape, form, and fashion. And most of the time it has something to do with a woman. Or if it ain't a woman, it's gonna be some drugs. If it ain't some drugs, it's gonna be something illegal. And then if it ain't nothing, they just make up something and throw it up there. And just because they said it, now it don't even have to be that it's true. And most of the time, it's like they don't have to prove it. Look how they doing Donald Trump. Just throw a monkey wrench in the game. Just lie. Tell the lie. And that's enough to offset the rhythm and energy of whoever you targeting. Okay? And you look at Steve Harvey, he done went down to Ghana. Whoa. Come back talking positive, you know. Sitting up talking with the people, dress sharp, pretty wife. And then you hearing good and bad, pros and cons, good and bad. She want 200 million. What? And then he said, ain't nothing wrong with us. You know, y'all stop talking all that foolish and stuff you don't know. And that's going to be me. You know, I'm not here trying to tell you all any details about Steve Harvey's situation, his wife, or none of that. I'm looking at the spiritual aspects to say that that brother was out there talking and giving out advice, black people, white people, you know, he was a positive role model. Now, to all the other drama that centered around him right now that done came up, you look back last month, 2 months, 3 months. Then he wrote the book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman. Is that what it is? You know, that. Then the movie. I mean, the brother was popping. Now he ain't. You know, every time you see Steve Harvey now, it's going to be, and they done did him like that. Maybe he done ticked off somebody that we don't know, and they done put that reputational hit out on him. His reputation has been damaged now. You know, and you see people in the comment section, oh boy, you giving out all that advice. You need to talk to yourself. So, you know, they do all the positive brothers like that, you know. Then when we look into the sisterhood, any sisters out there clowning and acting a damnable fool, she can blow up, get paid. You know, you push that stuff amongst our people, you can get paid. But the instant you say something about them, they're going to take you off the air. Oh, no, you can't talk about us like that. And if y'all don't see that by now, I don't know what world you're living in. I don't even know what world you're living in. If you can't see that, the way they function and the way they deal with us, I don't know what world you're living in, you know? But spiritually, the damage they done did to Brother Steve, it's one of those type situations where you can't even come back from. It's irreparable, irrevocable. You know, you can't call it back because his, you know, character, you know, has been damaged. And then you got the sisters out there, you know, the wives and the controversy. And that's the way the bandit act. That's the way he roll, you know. He don't have to kill you, but kill your reputation. He don't have to get rid of you, but cause the people to not want to listen to you, pay attention to you, or follow you, especially if you're saying something positive. You know, that's how they roll. And by now, you know, you all should be experts on that. And shouldn't let them throw you off. But anyway, I just wanted to say that Steve Harvey, you know, the reputation has taken a major hit. And, you know, he's out there commenting and trying to explain it one way. And he got a bunch of folks telling the story another way. And don't nobody really know exactly. We can speculate, and some people can come close to what the real deal situation is. But if he's saying one thing on one hand about his life, his wife, and what have you like that, then how can you come and say something different and claim that what you're saying is absolute truth when the man himself is telling you just the opposite? Like, you know, at the end of the day, what really does it matter? My point is, looking at how here we got another brother that was a positive role model, right? Just talking to the people, they giving out advice. And, you know, I would just say that I would hope that he really was sincerely trying to help them folks that he was telling that stuff to. You understand? Not to just be out there, you know, shooting the ish. But, you know, if the brother was really sincerely trying to help them and say something to them with all sincerity to make their life better, great, kudos. But I know that daggone bandit, man, that devil, our enemy, can't stand to see positive brothers, you know, dressed right, dressed looking good, talking good, ain't got no cigarette hanging out of his mouth, teeth ain't all jacked up, talking all crazy. But intelligent brothers trying to make some sense. They ain't pushing that kind of image out. They are not pushing that image. And sisters, you know, just sitting up talking, intelligent, don't have a ton of makeup on and 1,000 foot of weaves in and 5 feet of eyelashes and super duper incredibly out of the world extraterrestrial red lips on a big lip and talking looking like Bozo the Clown. You know, y'all don't know Bozo because he was in and gone. But Bozo was a clown, real popular clown. They call him Bozo. And I'm going to leave you with this. Bozo the Clown to this day He was one of the most famous clowns in America back in the day. Bozo. Bozo the clown. I saw him a lot. He was on the TV. He was at the circus. He was in the magazine, the newspaper. Bozo was everywhere. But you know, nobody knew whether Bozo was a man or a woman. You know why? Because of the wig and the heavy makeup and the clothes he wore. Big baggy clothes, big old shoes, heavy makeup. And you can tell if it was a man or woman. I mean, you know, he had a wig on, but that don't necessarily, you know, say he's a woman or it's a woman. But with so much makeup, you can tell whether it was male or female, man or woman, black or white. It was Bozo the Clown. And for my sisters, let me go on and tick you off right now. For those of you sisters that wear so much makeup that you literally change your looks as to who you are, you remind me of Bozo the Clown. I don't know who you is. You know, we meet out here at the place, the function. We go out to the, you know, the art gallery, and we were sipping on a little wine, strolling through the art gallery. You standing there, I'm standing looking at the picture, and I make a comment, and I'm not necessarily making a comment to you. Is this something I kind of will say it out loud? I'm saying, and you hear it, and you respond. And I look at you, I say, excuse me? And you repeat what I said, and then you go into a dissertation, and the next thing you know, we standing there sipping on the wine, enjoying the art piece. So we strolled through the art gallery, and we talking about the different art pieces and da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah, it's nice to meet somebody, da-da-da. And then next thing you know, we leave the art gallery and it's early, go get a bite to eat. All right? So we get something to eat. We enjoyed each other in the art gallery. We see that we have something in common when it comes to the art. We had a nice meal, great conversation, and literally 100% organically enjoyed being with each other. The spirit, your energy, my energy. It was very pleasant, to the point where we would like to see each other again. So we do. We exchange the contact information, and we warmly, you know, bid each other, you know, shalom, goodbye, see each other. And we hook up again a few days later. Okay? Now, when I met you at the art gallery, I saw how you looked. A few days later, we hook up again. And this time, we just go sit in the park and talk. Because we kind of interested in really, you know. And so I see how you look. I saw you at the art gallery. We had food. Now you're in the park. I see how you look. And we really hit it off in the park. And so, you know, we stay in the park maybe hour and a half. We chopping it up. Okay. So we go on. The weekend comes, and they have this concert. She liked the concert, and so do I. So I get some tickets. Hey, you like to go? Yeah. So we get together for the concert. This is the third time. First time, art gallery, something to eat, park. Second time, third time, the concert. I say, how you look? Well, we've been talking now for over 2 weeks. We go to the concert, have a ball. We leave the concert, get something to eat. It's nice. Say good night, and we leave. She jump in her car, go home. I go to my house. A couple of days later, we hook up again, and I see how she looking. So this time, she decided, hey, let's chill at the house. Okay. So my house, your house. Well, since her house is closer to where we at, we decided to go to her house. So we go to her house, get her some food. Her and I together, we excuse me, we prepare the food together. It was nice. We laughing and joking. Good time. I see how she looked. And so we eat, sitting at the table, we talking. It's real nice, real relaxed, man. I'm really feeling this sister. She really feeling me. I'm comfortable. You know, uh, it's just like having a real good meal of your favorite food. When you eat a good meal of your favorite food that you like, that food does two things to you. It satisfies you, and then that satisfaction give you this feeling of comfort. You know, you be comfortable because you done ate your favorite meal. You satisfied, not hungry anymore, and you comfortable. The relationship has to be the same way. You know, you got to be satisfied with this person and comfortable. That way, you don't have no reason to cheat. You know, sometimes sister asks me, why do men cheat? Either the woman he with, he satisfies her, but he's not comfortable. Either she's comforting to him, but he's not satisfied. And women the same way. But this sister, we sitting there eating, and I'm thinking in my mind how comfortable I am and how much she satisfies me. And I'm looking at her, and I see her. You know, she got the makeup, she hooked up. But I go over to the TV, and I said, before I realize it, I say, baby, what you want to watch on the TV? And I don't hear nothing. I sit down, and I look around, and she's staring at me. She's still sitting at the table. She's staring at me. She said, did you just call me baby? I looked. Oops. I said, yeah. Matter of fact, I did. Baby, what do you like to see on TV? So she gets up from the table and she walk over to me on the couch. It's a big, nice, soft, cushiony couch, you know, with the big pillows, wall-to-wall carpet, real soft and cozy and comfortable in the living room. And so she comes over and she stands there. And she slowly bent down and kissed me on the lip. She said, you know what? Tonight, let's make our own movie. And she got this twinkle in her eye, this little smile on her face. And I'm like, man, oh boy. I said, and where we gonna film this movie? She said, in the bedroom. What? She said, yeah. I said, what's the name of the movie? She said, Feel Good. Oh, man. She said, you ready? Come on, let's make us a movie, baby. And she called me baby. So I pops up, poop. And we headed to the bedroom to make this movie. Oh, boy. I was like, yeah. So she said, honey, let me just jump in the shower and freshen up. I said, cool. So she jumps in the shower, freshen up, and she still got the makeup on because it's like that waterproof stuff or whatever like that. I'm like, cool. So I goes in and I get in the shower and she rubbing my back. You know, I'm rubbing her up. We soaped up, you know. And she still got the makeup because it's the waterproof. So since she was in there before me, she finished, rinsed off. She said, okay, babe, I'm done. I'll meet you at the bed. I said, I'm coming. So I rinse up and everything, finish up, and she go out. And I take another 5 or 10 minutes. I'm standing on the water. I'm feeling good, man. I'm, excited. Boy, it's gonna happen. So I'm standing there. Then the water run down. I'm feeling good. Make sure everything good and clean. Squeaky clean, rinsed off good. So 10 minutes later, I get out and I shower off. She got these real nice, big, soft, fluffy towels, real nice, soft, fluffy. Just touch yourself, it dry up, So I ain't put no oil on. She had all the shea butter, the cocoa butter, the African pride. She had all the oils there in the bathroom. I ain't rubbed nothing on in case, she might want to, So anyway, I go out. She's in the bed. So 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 oh, I thought she was asleep. She wasn't. She just turned over on her side because when I came out of the bathroom, her back was toward, the shower room. And I said, okay, baby, what's going to be act number one? So she rolls over, turns around and look at me, and I look at her, and I'm like, whoa, who the hell is you? Whoa! I said, whoa! I said, who are you? Where? You know what? She had took the makeup off and was a 100% different looking woman. This been the Nubian King. I said it because I love you. I love you with a perfect love. Love you from the basement of my heart to the attic of my mind. I mean, I love you all the time. Shalom.